just dreams of awesome. Come on, won't you party with me? Party with me. Party with me. Party with me. Party with me. 5 different nachos.
Hello, you're listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Amon.
I'm Jake. Wow, that's loud.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Welcome.
All right. So you counted correctly. There are 5 of us in the studio today.
It's really crowded.
In case you counted. Tom says if we get any bigger, we might have to move to Studio A.
Which would
Caleb,
be...
get as many people as you can. We need to move.
Wow. You don't like it in here, Jake?
No, it sounds like a bigger, cooler studio in there.
Yeah, probably is. So, in today's Nerd Edification Hour, on the list we have for you movie news.
Yep.
As well as Nintendo news.
As usual.
And then we have your nerd vocab thirdly. And then we have some E3 video game
Related
stuff.
news.
It's mostly video game stuff today because there's a lot of that news. And then we will have technology news lastly, and then maybe some bonus news.
Yes, secret bonus news.
And secret
Nice.
bonus news.
We'll see if we unlock that level.
Oh,
Is that DLC?
Oh, maybe a little bit.
DLC
Get to pay
cost
for
$20 or whatever. All right, so who wants to start off? Raise your hand, or you want me to start?
Let's start off with the host with the most.
The
Caleb.
host with the okay, I can go.
You can read?
I didn't know you could read.
What,
You get advancements every day. Technology.
No, I'm
ladies and
done.
gentlemen.
You know, goodness. Oh,
no, just kidding.
a little bit of humor there. A little bit.
Ha, ha, so funny. So, in a recent interview with Flix and the city actor Tyler James Williams, The Walking Dead, he's in it, right?
Yeah.
Or he
Right.
produces it, something like that. And everybody hates Chris. He spilled the beans about a rumor of Static Shock live film. Static
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm so sad.
Static Shock.
I used to watch.
That was pretty epic. I know that was an accident, but that was like the most epic accident ever.
Wow, apparently
This
the
news
radio. No, let me tell you. Apparently the radio was very mad about us talking about this. You want to know why? Jaden Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the episode where we break all of your headphones. Just saying.
I'm so discombobulated today.
50th episode.
Yes.
50th
What's up?
episode.
Of course,
Is
this
today
would
the 50th
happen on the 50th episode.
It's technically, according to the archive, the 50th
Yes.
episode.
I
I thought the last
I
week
can't
was the
today.
50th episode.
Oh,
if you don't
my-
include lost episodes and the E3 episode.
Should have
yeah.
bought a muffin.
The streamers.
But yeah,
Have you seen
so
the Fairly
Anniversary
Odd
muffin.
Parents where he goes a year without telling anyone and he gets a magic muffin? Yeah. 50 episodes, magic muffin.
well, that's
Yes.
interesting. For those of you who don't know who Jaden Smith is, it's Will Smith's son.
I'm still trying to figure out
He played in
how.
that one movie After Earth,
After
or
Earth
whatever.
that nobody watched.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
nobody liked
let's
it.
give him the benefit of the doubt and focus more on Karate Kid. Yes, it was horrible,
Well-
but not as horrible as After Earth.
Okay,
Wax
so
on, wax
so
off.
The Pursuit of Happiness. That was a good movie.
can we
Granted, he was 2.
can we for a moment talk about his theological interpretations on his old Twitter account, which doesn't exist anymore?
That was great.
He got rid of his Twitter.
If
Yeah.
I have an eye, can I see? Or
I mean,
can
we
just
don't
hear
usually
with
The
talk
my
about
eyes?
sky is
celebrities,
blue.
but since he's in part of being,
Am I blue?
Why would they make him Static Shock out of all the other awesome young black people?
But he doesn't have
Static
dreads.
Shock? Exactly.
They can give him dreads. It's
Yeah,
called
no.
Hollywood.
Why don't they just hire you,
Technically, the
Amon?
actress
Yeah.
that plays Michonne doesn't have dreads. If you ever see her, she's almost bald.
Yeah.
Just how short her hair is.
Wait,
but
who?
The woman that plays Michonne on Walking Dead.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's a wig.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I mean,
give it to
she
her.
doesn't have-
Yeah.
Let her play.
If they can make her look like
Ooh,
that,
she could
they can
make
anything.
she could play Static Shock.
Yeah.
I'm
She could
joking.
play
of course.
Shebang if anyone watched.
I mean, it was.
Anybody?
I've always liked Static Shock. It was a really good book. It was. They did a really good job with the animated version of it.
Oh, yeah.
So
and
great.
they integrated that a lot more into like Justice League and stuff, which was great to see that
Life
pop up.
lessons.
But it was well done. I mean, it was a really good show.
Yeah.
That episode where
I
like
missed that show.
Richie's dad was like being like that, and then
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that episode.
That
I was
the
like-
that was the required life lesson episode. They all have that.
The anti-smoking episode, the anti-drug episode.
the dyslexic rubber man episode. That was the
I remember
feels.
that one.
Like,
Yeah.
This is going over my head.
We're having a
you
could
never
only-
watched
the only
the
way
Static
that's
Shock cartoon
No.
on WB? No?
We'll fix that.
It's
Between me and him, I think we can fix that.
Rachel's head.
Amon, you should have sent me that theme instead so we could.
Next week, you're getting it.
You got sister theme, right?
No,
God.
I asked you to get the MP3 player. I couldn't find it.
Stop revealing our songs that we're going to have next week. Because
We both wanted that.
Yeah.
Play the Wonderball theme.
I
though.
couldn't find it.
Sister.
A good one.
Wonderball theme.
Well, that's
Okay,
cheating.
moving
girls.
on.
Anyways,
Okay, so the movie's out
We
this
are
week.
sisters.
I'm not used to controlling this
Never
many
knew
people.
how
in one-
much I
No,
need
no.
you.
Frustrate.
Sister.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, right now.
Stop, guys. Movies out this week: San Andreas, which
The
is
Rock.
PG-13. Aloha
Emma
movie, which is
Stone.
PG-13. Results, which
Don't
is rated
know.
R. Gemma Bovary.
Still
don't know.
It's rated R. It sounds like one of those indie films that I know nothing about. Heaven Knows What is also rated R. Lots of rated R movies. Honestly, I think.
A lot of pirates out this weekend.
Yes. I think what happens is right before summer, they just like slam down the rated R movies.
So it's a great time to take your kids to the theaters. All the
Your kids could be
all
adults.
the
You
rated
know?
R.
Just saying your kids doesn't instantly make them like infants.
Yeah, because I have a
have a-
mom, and I'm her child, and I'm 21, and
See?
I can pretty much see a rated R movie by myself.
If you have kids who aren't kids, take them to the movie.
There you go.
In 4 years, I can adopt a child, Caleb, and then someone else can be my child. I mean, I can have a child.
I just,
Okay.
Jeremy, what's
Hey, we have
going on
5
next?
people here. The conversations
So
are
moving
kind
on
of
with
everywhere.
the movie news, also kind of jumping back into the comic books, which seems to be a theme. You know, we have Static Shock, which started as a comic, went on to be the cartoon series, now a possible movie. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was a comic that came out a while back from Alan Moore, kind of covering more of a steampunk era of superheroes getting together, a lot of people. And it became a movie back in the day it was actually Sean Connery's last film. Afterwards, he kind of quit acting completely.
He fell off the face of the planet, let's be honest.
Well, as initially reported by the tracking board, 20th Century Fox was going to revisit Alan Moore's 1999 comic book series that was infamously adapted to the 2003 dud, which stated earlier starred Sean Connery as Alan Quatermain. The books, combined the characters from several classic Victorian age works of fiction into a tale of a group, extraordinary literary figures. Quatermain, Captain Nemo, Mina Murray, Dr.
Captain
Jekyll.
Nemo.
Yeah.
He was in there. And, of course, The Invisible Man. It was a 2003 big budget adaptation. Sans is retired Connery's last
Was Captain Ahab in there, too?
on-screen role.
No.
No, he wasn't there.
Well, it was when I saw the movie, it was one of those movies like it reminds me of, are you familiar with the film Wild Wild West with Will Smith?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
love
Spiders.
I love that movie. A lot of people hate that movie.
You know, he turned down the role of Neo to do that movie.
Yeah. And but then we got
Lawrence
Keanu
Fishburne.
Reeves, so there you go.
Wait.
No, he
And
was
then-
to be Neo.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is also one of those movies that I kind of like, but everybody else hates it.
I like it.
I like it. And, the guy who played Dorian Gray also played Lestat in Queen of the Damned.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that film adaptation for various reasons, but I like that actor. He's an interesting fellow. Stuart Townsend, I believe is his name. But overall, it was a very interesting kind of cult classic film in my mind anyway.
Go ahead.
But I think that this new one might open up more doors because, superhero kind of strain is really, really popular now, especially so is steampunk, which is kind of what this genre is.
Right.
So I think if they are going to remake it, whether it is a film adaptation or whether they decide to try their hand at a series like they were trying to do many years ago, it now would be the time because of the superheroes are back. And the steampunk is back as well. So
Word.
Guess who's back?
Yeah, I mean,
Back
it was
again.
it was a movie of its time. The superhero films of the mid to late 90s, like Blade and a lot of those.
they either did good or they didn't.
Yeah, Daredevil.
Daredevil. You beat me to it.
Oh,
Wow.
but hey, I mean, out of that we got the Netflix series. So
No, that had nothing
no,
to
they
do with
no.
it.
Let me tell you, no, it did because they wanted to fix the problem.
I mean, X-Men Days of Future Past did a great job of fixing
the days
origins.
If we want to go
putting
for
your
something like that, we
behind
can
in the
actually
past
say
and
the 90s Flash series
Moving on.
did give us the current Flash series.
Yes,
so
that is
that's
true.
A good thing.
Okay, so can we say that like the 70s, 80s Hulk gave us the
Yes.
new Hulk?
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the Thor series that no
all
one
of
knows about?
no,
That-
all
that's
of them.
Marvel.
Okay.
That was the 60s.
Well-
Does anyone know about
Welcome
Yes,
to a
I
Nerd
do.
Edification Hour debate.
Well, we can technically say that all of the older series, all of the older movies made way for these newer adaptations because now we have the technological means to do special effects that look better, whether it be CG screen or post
whole nother
editing and
debate,
stuff.
but-
So,
The new Flash-
but like I said, they do make way for the newer.
I stand on the shoulders of giants.
Yep, exactly.
The new Flash is amazing.
It is.
Yep.
Very much so.
But yep, that is our movie news this week. Next up, we have our inevitable Nintendo section.
I think we have like a
Poor
music
Jim.
Never going to
thing.
get over that.
Poor Jeremy.
Do you have a music thing?
Yeah.
A music thing, you mean a song?
The theme that you heard the sneak peek of is the Pokemon theme song.
No way.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Oh, really?
I wonder who
Oh.
sent that in.
I don't know.
Thanks, Rick.
Ranger Rick.
Rick.
Ranger Rick.
Did you see what they did to those comics? They made them like CG now. It's so weird.
All right. So
Stay fancy.
no, that's at the end of the
Oh,
show.
Sorry. I was told
That's
I
our
needed to
show
say
for
that.
today, guys.
That's it.
Bye.
We're canceled. Just
Oh.
kidding.
Canceled.
I'm gonna write it.
All right,
Discontinued.
and we'll be right back here on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio.
All right, and welcome back to the Nerd Edification Hour. I'm Jeremy Powers, and to my left,
Rachel.
No,
That's my right.
dude.
No, I can't tell direction.
I'm Caleb.
now to my right,
I'm Rachel.
it's you.
I'm Amon. Yeah.
Jake. Hi, I'm Jake.
Yeah,
Is my
that
mic
was-
a good level now?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
good.
so,
It's
yes.
perfect. It's perfection.
That was
Like
a
your
lovely
hair.
little-
I didn't know your
thank
mic's
you.
name was Amon.
Well, the headphones kind of mess with it, but.
Right.
I didn't know Jake's mic's name was Amon. I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, Amon. How's it going? Always been there for me, my good buddy. Always capturing my voice.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to jump back to the next
Okay.
bit of
Billy
news.
D. Williams.
Welcome back to the show where we talk to our mics, technically.
Very
and
white.
Can I do a
figuratively.
Billy D. Williams impression
No.
for the show?
Well,
No.
you're.
me.
You're listening to Nerd Edification.
Why are you guys doing it? Let's stay on topic, shall we?
No, I don't
Okay.
think
This
is why I sit next
that's
to
going to
him.
happen this episode.
Apparently not.
Billy
Let's
D.
get on to our Nintendo section, shall we?
Yes.
So, does anybody remember the game Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem for GameCube?
That sounds so happy.
Playing it yesterday, actually.
Oh, it's the scariest game on GameCube. I'm going to be entirely honest. It's like one of 3 rated M for mature games that came out on GameCube, and I
There's
think
more than 3, but
The other being
controversy on the
Luigi's
screen was
Mansion.
great.
let's say 3 games that were played.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the other ones I think that were popular were Resident Evil, but
There's Resident Evil 4, then they had the remake.
Those are
they had
rated
Zero.
M?
Yes.
Resident Evils?
Yes.
They had Killer 7, Eternal Darkness.
Yeah,
I
so-
can't
Super Mario Sunshine.
that's
Wait.
not rated
Yeah.
M. But
They can
You waste a
do
lot of water, though, so. you
in
know.
any case, Nintendo of America actually filed with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office a renewal for the trademark of the Eternal Darkness franchise. So they haven't really touched that since that game that I mentioned earlier,
Right.
Sanity's Requiem. So what Nintendo is actually requesting is a 6-month extension to their deadline for filing a statement of use, which is proof that they are using the trademark commercially. This means that the company should lawfully have a bona fide intention to use the trademark of Eternal Darkness. So what happens is after a certain time, certain trademarks, certain like patents and stuff expire on games.
Right.
So if they are continuing to sell the game, continuing to make money off the game, or have plans at some point to renew the franchise or do something else with it, they have to renew the patent.
And then after like 100 years, it becomes public domain, like
So-
Mickey Mouse.
If the patent is not renewed, yes.
Yeah.
Like Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is the public
No.
domain.
He's almost 100.
To
isn't
put
he?
this in perspective, a lot of people
Yes,
are,
but they almost continually renew the patent.
Disney's
so
not letting him go.
no, of course not.
But to put it in perspective, a lot of people are wondering, if they're going to use this for making a new game, which Dennis Dyack, who helped ran the company that
Yeah.
originally made this, was trying to make kind of a spiritual successor to the series. And Nintendo owns the actual rights to Eternal Darkness themselves. They, when they made that game, they held on to it. Now, this could either be they're making an actual successor with Dennis Dyack, because he's kind of dropped some hints about that, or this could be the final, they could finally be releasing some games on the virtual console for the Wii U from GameCube,
Right,
which they
they
talked
could.
about. And it could simply just be
Emulator.
Yeah.
that, which would actually be fine with me. That game
Oh,
was-
I think it would be a great idea because then you could have games that that I played as a child, like Super Mario Sunshine, other
Yeah.
GameCube games, maybe.
Original Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Heroes.
Not Sonic Heroes.
Oh,
I gotta find that
Everyone
soundtrack.
hates on
I have that
game.
entire soundtrack.
No, that's one of my favorite Sonic games,
Thank
honestly.
you.
Never beat that as a
Awesome.
kid.
Caleb.
It was too
Caleb, I
hard.
have that entire soundtrack with the Sonic DX soundtrack. So I'll.
With the
I
Sonic
have
R
the soundtrack. I just have to
Guys,
find
I
it.
think Rachel might be getting robbed.
No.
I don't know who by who, but we will find them.
What?
Nope.
A lot of video game announcements come through the form of like copyright and patents and stuff.
Yes, that's actually how I
That's
find
like
out.
the new thing now. It's like, ooh, there's a new patent on this website. Ooh.
But also the problem is you got to learn how to interpret the patents and copyright releases and stuff like that. Because if you don't know how to read them, you may think it's something that it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
Valve posted a copyright thing that has a 3 in it. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, not that again.
Portal 7.
Kojami released this image with a thumbs up.
I say
Halo?
they should
Yeah.
skip 3 and just go straight to 4, troll everybody. That'd be hilarious.
Portal or
Wow.
Half-Life?
But
Both.
moving back
Both.
to Nintendo, also Yoshi's Woolly World.
I'm
will
so excited.
It's so
launch
adorable.
Its own adorable line of yarn Yoshi Amiibo plushies.
Pink, blue, and green.
Oh, yes, my 3 favorite colors.
But other Amiibo are also compatible with the new Yoshi's Woolly World game.
Like Sonic.
Yes.
You can give your Yarn Yoshi an in-game game makeover with those Amiibo, giving them the appearance of other Nintendo characters.
Sonic Yoshi.
Best day ever.
Donkey Kong Yoshi.
Best day ever.
Yeah, there's
Mario,
some,
Yoshi, Donkey Kong, and even Link. Can you imagine Yoshi with a little tiny master sword and a tunic?
Billy D. Williams can
Well,
imagine.
Because what it is, they're recoloring basically like they were knitted with that color pattern.
Right.
When they're doing it. And there's going to be over 40 of the ones that are out there that are compatible. They showed the trailer and they kind of run through the whole 40 at the bottom. All the Fire Emblem ones are included, are going to be in there. They showed Sonic.
And Rosalina.
They better
The
have
Pokemon aren't on there,
some capes
is
attached
interesting.
or like symbols on his leg or something like a
Like a
Triforce. or
Charizard
something.
Yoshi?
I don't know.
Well, they showed him. He's got kind of like a tunic look to him.
That's so cool.
And
I'm
like
excited.
he looks
to
like he's
see
got
this.
blonde hair and a little bit of a green hat. There's no sword though.
Aw.
Because it doesn't change the model. It just changes the texture.
I'll just
skin.
say the sword is there, but it's invisible.
Maybe he just hasn't got it yet. You have to
Maybe.
unlock it.
Maybe. We'll
He
see.
hasn't got that Triforce yet.
And
He
Jeremy,
didn't delete System Search too.
I know that
All you
you're
at home, yeah.
I know that you're getting this.
If you want
Humble
a
Bundle
Triforce.
I already
coming
have,
out.
actually.
Okay. So tell us about
From
the
now
Humble
until
Bundle.
June 9th, Nintendo's actually teamed up with the Humble Bundle people, and they've done the first of their Humble Bundles that's an actual console-specific one. They've done them for mobile, for computers, and things like that.
And like Steam codes and Origin codes and stuff.
Right. Which I've done a lot of those before, but now they've got a batch of Wii U and 3DS titles that are through the eShop. And these include Mighty Switch Force, Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition, Whoa Dave. You also get Ali Ali, The Fall, Moon Chronicles Chapter 1, SteamWorld Dig for 3DS and Wii U, and Stealth Inc. 2.
And do we know what the name is? Like the Humble Nindy Bundle. It's like Nintendo
Yeah,
and
something
Indie
like
put
that.
together. Nindy.
But it's
Yeah.
not
I thought
bad.
it
I
was-
think
that was
if you
cool.
pay the minimum
cool.
the minimum average of $10, you get like almost $100 worth of games for free.
Really?
And then there's more they're adding in. So since I've already bought into it, whenever they announce more next Tuesday, like they always do, I'm just going to automatically get those too. So
This
Yeah.
is especially different and also lucrative because like lots of people buy Humble Bundles. Lots because they're so cheap. And most of them go to good causes, I think, as
Charity.
well.
yeah,
Charities.
they are going
Yeah,
to
I was going to
charities.
say, is this charity
Yes.
or is this just to pay what you want?
It's
'Cause I know
really
they
It
do
both.
is.
both.
Well,
It is a pay
both.
what you want,
Okay.
but it
Yeah.
goes to charity.
Right.
What they usually do is you pay whatever amount you want, and you can decide how it's divvied up. You can give nothing to developers and give it straight to the charity, or I do kind of a mix when I do it. But they have a set amount, like if you pay, at least I think $10 in this one, you get all these extra games plus more coming out. But if you pay less, you'll get the first couple of games with it.
3D chess.
So it works pretty well. I already have that. But it kind of, just to dabble into another one, it also brings up, they fought for a while trying to make this a worldwide Humble Bundle. Because right now it's only available in certain areas. But
What,
it's
probably U.S. and the U.K.?
No, UK didn't get it yet.
Oh.
They're working on it. It was the U.S., Canada, and
Germany?
Mexico.
That's probably why they're working so hard on it, just to get the UK involved.
Well, the UK didn't want to do it for some reason because each Nintendo of America, Nintendo of Europe,
Right.
and Nintendo of Japan can kind of do their own things, and they didn't want to get involved with it. But it's kind of a step in the right direction for what they're wanting to do to go back to getting rid of the region locks
Right.
because they had, they used to not do that. So it's a nice step in that direction at least. All right.
Right.
So that's it for the inevitable Nintendo news. Next up,
I'm never going to quit laughing about it.
Nerd vocabulary with
Yes.
Billy D. Williams. Yeah?
what?
No, with Jake.
Nerd vocab with Jake.
Jake.
Jake
With
said-
Barry White.
No, God.
How about Barry Manilow?
Baby.
Oh, Jesus.
Sing it slow.
Okay, guys.
Okay, so the song.
What's our song?
These have grown quite popular. These remix things. Remember we played the Mr. Rogers one a while ago.
Yeah.
And the
This one is
Bob
the
Ross.
side B to that. I'm not sure what
It's
that
a
means.
B-side on a record.
It's supposed to be different.
When you flip it over and it
Second
plays a
edit.
different thing.
Yeah, see, back in my day.
Back in my day.
day when we had cassette tapes,
They're not that
we had
old.
to flip it over and put it in
Cassette tapes aren't that
different
old.
sides.
You know-
Basically, they have the normal marketed release, and then they have kind of a variant release, which they liked but didn't commercially succeed. So that's your B-side.
Ta-da.
Words
I'm
of
old enough to know what a
wisdom,
record is.
Jeremy.
So.
My sister stole a Madonna cassette from my dad when we were little. It was pretty funny.
And that just went out to the entire world to hear. So I hope your sister's okay with
Yeah,
that.
it's funny.
All right.
Okay.
And
Play the track, Caleb.
That's what we're going to do right here on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio.
Yep.
Neighbor, I'm glad we're together again today. I've been thinking about music. I guess you know that I really love music. It's been very, very important to me since I was very little. We can sing together. We can sing together. We can sing together. I just felt like dancing as I was sitting in my seat there. I just felt like dancing, We can sing together. I just felt like dancing as I was sitting in my seat there. I just felt like dancing, We can sing together. Did you talk with the people you loved last night? About things that you wonder about. It's so important to find out what we feel good about doing. It's so important to feel good. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are, we can sing together. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are. I just felt like dancing as I was sitting in my seat there. I just felt like dancing, dancing. The truth is inside of us. And it's wonderful when we have the courage to tell it. Are you discovering the truth about you? That's what you do as we keep on growing in life. That's what we do. Are you discovering the truth about you? That's what we do. I'm still discovering the truth about me. When people are honest with each other, they're able to do all kinds of fine things. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are, we can sing together. It's so important to find out what we feel good about doing. It's so important to feel good. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are, we can sing together. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are. After you play beautiful music, sometimes you'd just like to have a quiet time to remember it. Let's just sit and think about what we've heard.
Oh, sorry. Don thy headphones. Welcome, everyone, to my segment
On the Nerd Edification Hour, right?
on Alternation Radio. Here in our safe environment for the nerd vocabs.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Jake.
I'm Amon, last time I checked.
I'm Rachel, and I'm awesome.
And I'm Jeremy.
Okay, I'm Caleb. I am the host of the most.
I just thought of
All
some
right.
good nerd vocabs for some other weeks. But let's start with this
Send them
week's.
to me then.
Okay. If you have some ideas for nerd vocab, send them to us.
Please do. We'd appreciate it.
All right, guys. This week's nerd vocab is Sith. And the Sith, S-I-T-H, are dedicated to Sith philosophy and to mastering the dark side of the Force from Star Wars. They
Yes,
are
indeed.
the bad guys.
They are.
The Sith members, also known as Sith Lords or Dark Lords of the Sith, traditionally use the title Dark prefix before their Sith name.
Darth.
Darth, like Darth Maul and Darth
Maul,
Vader.
Darth Sidious, Darth Vader.
There are many.
Yeah.
Darth Jar Jar.
Oh,
the
God.
Sith are also the name of the alien race whose entire society revolved around the dark side of the Force.
Fun Star Wars facts for you today.
Yes, and
brought to you by Jake.
then that's where they get the name from.
Red lightsaber.
I'm about to say, is that last part even canon anymore once Disney bought it? Did they-
I have no idea. I mean, there's book canon, there's pre-Disney canon with just Lucasfilms, and then there's
Right.
now just Disney
the extended
canon.
universe, they basically
It's-
said, we're just going to get rid of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said for the movie cinematic universe, they said the books aren't part of that.
They're going to loosely base certain plot concepts on the stuff in the books, because otherwise
Yeah.
they're just pulling out of nothing, which isn't really recommended for getting the fans to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I know some fans who would be pretty mad if they didn't at least acknowledge the existence of the plots in the books.
Yeah, plus,
they have-
plus the Star Wars, the Old Republic, the MMO.
Yeah.
Game.
They have a lot of that kind of story there.
Well, they
where
had a
talk
ton
about
of
the
games.
Sith and stuff like that.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, I'm so excited for the new movie.
But it's episode 7, so they have some free range because it's after everything now.
Well, the 6 installments. There's not just 6 books. There's like,
Yeah. I have a whole library of them.
how many are there now? Counting all
There's
the-
well over 100.
There's about 100
Not
something.
even counting
yeah.
the Dark Horse comic series, which went literally for decades.
Yeah. And now they have all those new comics that are coming out.
By
too.
the way, I can bring some of those in because I subscribe legally to Darth Vader, Princess Leia, and Star Wars, and I got Lando, which comes out next month.
Yeah,
Lando's
that's
awesome.
Marvel that does those now. They
Marvel.
got the rights back to it. 'Cause
It's
Marvel-
actually still Dark Horse. They're under Dark Horse Comics, which is weird. I know.
That's
I'm
Dark Horse
just-
with Marvel characters.
They ship it.
No,
they
not
just
No.
Marvel characters.
Sorry. Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
It's
'cause Dark
Marvel,
Horse
but they're
is part of
distributed
DC.
through Dark Horse.
Yeah, because Dark
Okay.
Horse still owns the distribution rights.
right. They just
Yeah.
can't make the books.
Yeah.
Which is really.
Do you
wankers.
think if the Jedi met Thor, they would think he's like a Sith Lord because he uses lightning and stuff like that?
Well,
Is
he's
the
pure
lightning
of heart.
red?
Well, lightning doesn't have to be red.
No,
It
but
wasn't really color coded. Some of the there's a whole lore I can get into this.
Yeah.
Nerd right now. I
Different
can do it.
lightsaber
I need
colors.
the glasses and the tape, and we'll make this go.
we could do a whole show just on Star
Welcome to
Wars.
the Star Wars Hour.
But
It's pure of
I
heart.
still say we should do a lore episode with like Tamriel lore and
Yeah.
oh goodness,
Star
it'll
Wars.
be pretty interesting. We'll do that at some point.
Pokemon.
Tamriel.
Special
We'll
episode.
We'll do that on my show,
we'll talk
maybe.
about
That way
it,
we
Jake.
can take
But
our time.
It's taking
let's
an idea.
go ahead and move on to the video game news.
E3.
Okay.
Yeah, as you guys know, E3 is literally 3 weeks away, pretty much.
It's getting close, and then we'll have
Yeah.
once
I'm
again
very
our-
excited.
our E3 special show where we talk about
Nothing
but
else
video
but
games.
E3.
Year
Yeah,
2.
And I'll have
Second.
a paper
So-
bag.
I'd like to hope I'm invited to that one,
you are.
Yes, of course.
and you can be on mine.
Yeah, typically around this time, developers are kind of they're either silent or they're dropping these little special tidbits about, hey, make sure to watch our stream or tune into what we're doing at E3 because we're going to talk about maybe this.
It's like they're sprinkling little little breadcrumbs, and they're trying to make us follow them and stuff.
Yeah, so it's kind of whetting our appetites for future announcements. So developer 2K Games is kind of in the second category, and it's has recently been teasing this eerie new title that's set in dystopian world. You can kind of compare it to BioShock's Rapture concept and stuff. But according to previous tweets, the title is connected to something called the Advent Administration, which makes me think of Advent Children, which is a totally different thing. But also,
well, there was Advent Rising as well.
Yes, and it's all dystopian. So, which according to 2K strives to create a world free from hunger, pain, sickness, and war. The pain. But the pair of tweets shown, like they state, luxury for the privileged few is outdated. This is the future of urban living. And both are paired with the hashtag Advent and a link to a mysterious website, which is adventfuture.org.
I went there.
It's very creepy.
Whoa.
It's very creepy.
They
you enter
have,
your age.
They have
so
a
you don't-
pamphlet. They have the copyright thing. It was, it's all.
I mean, it looks like they're like some kind of giant living community. Like, live with us. Like, it has a picture of this brilliant cityscape and move in today and start living in the world of tomorrow.
Join us.
And then there's like a short video, but over the image, it'll flash something different. Like move in today and. What I just said, move in today and start living in the world tomorrow, it flashes to a more sinister comment. Move in today and fear the world of tomorrow. And so it's
dystopia.
It's very very dystopian, very very creepy. You guys should definitely check it out. Oh my God, I'm excited for it.
I don't know why
when
for
I
some
went
reason.
to
Go ahead.
Sorry. When I went to sign up, like there was a little sign up button.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just curious. When I hovered over it, it would like get all corrupted, and then it'd show like a red skull, kind of like settling something bad. And I was like,
A sign in
"Whoa."
blood.
No, it was not blood. No, it was just. It was weird. You'd have to go see the website. It's like advent.com. Or
It's
something like that.
let me say,
.org.
adventfuture.org. It's really really freaky, and if you
It's pretty cool.
I love it when developers make these kind of websites that are they don't exactly tell you what's going on, but they just give you these little clues.
You got to be careful. Sometimes they can kind of oversell it a little bit.
Yeah, but this is it's not overselling. It's it's an interesting way of doing it. Which
I'm
Like
intrigued.
within the lore. The
Yeah.
website.
Just talking about
Lost
this,
did that.
I keep thinking it reminds me of remember the really old folks home from Futurama?
oh my God.
I keep thinking of something like
Yes,
that. They're just going to plug in your grandparents
of course,
and leave them there.
I think this is a perfect time for them to release this note because, the Tomorrowland movie came out and that's kind of dystopian.
How many more
but not.
rides does Disney have to cover?
I don't know, but
Cruise.
I'm waiting for
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. The backside of
I'm just
water.
waiting for coming this summer. Ticket booth.
Turnstile. The ride.
oh my God.
Can you get in? Find out.
I can't get in the park. I can't get out of the park.
Sequel, Fast Pass.
Can't breathe.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The Fast
Disney,
and the
we are
Fast.
giving you so many ideas right
We
now.
have 3 minutes to get to Space Mountain. We're in
fast.
Frontierland.
Journey to the center of Epcot.
Oh my gosh. But okay, in other news, is anybody familiar with Bloodborne?
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay,
yes.
how hard is that game? On a level of 1 to ludicrous, what level?
Beyond
it's
ludicrous.
Andre 3000.
Oh, goodness.
we
You
have
got
any.
the joke.
I did get the joke.
Well, okay, so have you played Dark Souls? Have you played the game before Dark Souls?
I
Anybody?
played Demon Souls, Dark Souls,
Okay.
Dark
I
Souls
played
2.
them all, and
we
I
all,
died.
we all
in
know
all.
Demon Soul. It gets progressively
Yeah,
harder,
Caleb's
right?
struggling. I'm struggling too.
Let's say they get progressively harder, and then Demon Souls, you're like on the ground, and Dark Souls 2, you're like in the atmosphere. Well, in Bloodborne, you're like in the ecosphere, which is like not even a thing. I made it up because it's so far
and
away.
then the stratosphere, and then the
Now the ecosphere eclipses the stratosphere.
Isn't it kind of like the dream world in this one? It's like you're in a dream.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's like you're in your subconscious level while you're dreaming, and then when you get out of it, you get to go to that lady and she gives you supplies. I don't know.
I believe it's a dream because you literally there's a moon and
Yeah.
you drop in on the lake where the moon is shining and
Yep.
you go
At
into
my
the water.
age,
It was weird.
there's only one way to judge this. Is this Battletoads hard?
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes, pretty much.
This is like
That's the judgment. If it is,
Okay, well,
wow.
What the news is for Bloodborne is they're removing the level requirement for you to play with your friends. So typically in the past,
thank
you
God.
had to have like these 2 items, and then you had to be within 10 levels of each other to play with each other. However, now they're removing that 10 level requirement because a lot of people were like, "Hey, wait a minute."
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Well, there's a term in gaming, especially stuff that's co-op or online and stuff, called carrying. Or Sherpa-ing, I think that's
We
the
did
other
that,
word.
that vocab
Where
earlier.
yes,
Oh, Sherpa-ing like
leveling.
Yeah.
Everest?
well, but pretty much what happens is you'll have a lower level character and a higher level character, and they do this in Destiny a lot. Like if you're level 28, but you want to do the 32 strike, but you can't, because you're 28, so you bring either 2 32s or 34s with you, and they help you get through it to get the experience so you can get to that point. It's like that. So
It's like getting run through Scarlet Monastery by level 80.
Yeah, say there's a particularly hard boss in Bloodborne that you can't handle by yourself, and you know somebody else who has a higher level and has beaten it before, and they help you out. So there you go.
Ta-da.
Word.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. And another thing is there's a recurring combatant
Nightmare?
in Mortal Kombat.
Tanya?
Tanya was revealed as a DLC character back in January, along with
course.
Jason Voorhees, Predator,
Yes.
and Tremor.
Yes.
But we weren't given the details of when she'd be released. A recent tweet by Ed Boon on Twitter says that we'll be seeing her in a few weeks.
So, if you're into Mortal Kombat, the new one, so
Everyone
there you
should
go.
be into that game.
Yep.
She's been
It's a
official.
fun game.
I actually decided to pass on it.
Fatalities are intense. Like it's definitely.
They are really intense.
I'm waiting for a complete edition. I'm getting kind of tired of buying all these season passes. I actually canceled Batman for the same reason.
You cancel Batman Arkham Knight,
It's going to cost you $120 to actually get that game.
and it's gonna be awesome.
I'll wait for the actual complete one because it was delayed for over a year, and then they decided to add in, do a $40 season pass. I was like, nah,
Wait
I
for,
think I can wait.
I needed a PS4 because I used my friend. I played Bloodborne on my friend's PS4, and I needed a PS4, and I was like, I need a PS4, and the guy at GameStop was like, dude, buy the Arkham Knight one. You should. And I was like, okay.
Hook together 2 PS2s, 2 plus 2.
Oh my gosh. And our
funny.
final bit of gaming news is you guys remember the BioShock developers, right?
If
Yes.
you don't, you're doing something wrong.
Well, a team of former BioShock developers known as the Deep End Games have just announced an upcoming horror title called
Oh.
Perception.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I made Caleb watch the video last night, and it was kind of, yeah. It was pretty wild, but
I'm in the same
um,
camp. I don't like horror stuff.
I hate horror.
I don't like it either, but I like watching people play horror games.
It was
I was about to say, we still have
interesting. It was
PT.
just like it's more of a psychological thing.
Yeah.
Rachel probably go over why that is. Go ahead.
It has a pretty interesting premise, actually. It puts players in the shoes of a blind woman named Cassie
Tough.
who uses echolocation to explore a creepy mansion. In doing so, Cassie has to tap surfaces with her cane in order to generate an idea of what the environment looks like around her.
Is she stick?
What?
Daredevil joke. If
Not,
so.
not quite like that. but
But she has to be careful not to alert this stalking entity in the process, which doesn't really sound like a fortunate position to be in.
No.
You should definitely watch the trailer. Just look up Perception, the Deep End Games trailer. It's wild.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
so wild.
This is
I-
a game I really want to play with my surround sound headphones then.
Yes, with the lights off. Perception is scheduled to hit Steam platform in 2016, with a console version possibly to follow, depending on how much funding they receive.
Right.
Yeah, this is a Kickstarter, by the way. Just
It is a
if you didn't know.
Kickstarter. Bill, the Irrational Games, who made BioShock, hit the vet of them. Bill Gardner made the Kickstarter for the game, which is looking to hit its 150,000 goal within 29 days. So I think they're getting close to that. They're already starting to receive a lot of funds for it, because what people are hoping is that it kind of fills that hole in our hearts that Silent Hills left when, yeah. So we'll see if that happens, but it looks really creepy and really interesting. I like the premise. This is very, very different, but you can tell almost immediately when you actually see the Perception. If you had not known that it was done by former BioShock developers, you would know as soon as you saw it. Because the camera angles are all the same.
You mentioned PT. Because they don't allow downloads of that game, they were saying that apparently consoles that still have PT downloaded on them will become worth something someday.
Well, no, it's what it's doing now is once it goes back for a license check, you can't play any of your games anymore until you delete it.
Yeah,
Because it
unless
says it's not
you're-
there and they think it's a legally downloaded game, so they'll
Right.
lock down your
Oh,
account.
people got
Yeah.
gypped.
Yeah, well, no, it's not necessarily jipping. It's just, Konami trying to keep
Cover
a
their
handle
They
on
want to
it.
make it like it never
Because
happened.
Konami's moving to mobile games because mobile games are the future.
That's
But-
going to be the big thing. People will look back and say, that could have been.
Yeah, of course, they're still doing it
what was the
now.
matter with
Guillermo del
PT?
Toro is really,
Nothing.
really sad about it. Like,
Nothing
he's
was
super
wrong with
sad.
PT.
They're-
Why
yeah.
I don't understand why they recalled it.
Well, because Konami got mad at Kojima, and
then Kojima
left, and then they didn't want anything
then the
to
other
do with
guy
him.
left.
Well, nobody.
Killed it tomorrow.
No, he
No,
didn't
he got
leave.
bumped. He
got
was
bumped.
upset.
Oh, he was
He was
bumped then.
he
You
was.
can't just like recall a game. That's like
Now, just as a fun little
un-American.
plug, just for the heck of it, if you
Yeah.
guys want to actually see some of PT, you can go to our YouTube page, ZensPath.com, like ZensPath.com. We actually did a playthrough of the entire demo for PT, me and one of our former associates, AJ.
It is wild.
Zenspathcom.com.
No,
No, it's just
that-
our YouTube
Oh, okay.
YouTube name is just ZensPath.com.
Yeah.
I could put a period there, so. But yeah, we did a whole playthrough of PT, and I'm gonna see if I can still get it to play on my PS4 because I haven't deleted it yet. I want to get some more people together and go through it one more time.
Yeah, get it while you
'cause that'd be
can.
great.
before the license check comes out.
If you
Yeah.
like hallways, check it out.
Oh, it gets pretty good. I mean, it was an ingenious way to do survival horror, just to kind of for psychological horror. So
But yeah, that is our gaming section.
That's it. And next up, we'll have your technology news and possibly a bonus news.
Maybe.
Maybe
If you're good.
if you behave yourself,
So sit down.
Yeah.
rascals.
Yeah. So what's the song, Caleb?
The song is "The Saga Begins" by Al Yankovic, and it kind of ties in with the whole Star Wars thing.
Cool
Pick this
beans.
song.
And you are listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio, and we will be right back.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Nerd Edification Hour here on Alternation Radio. I'm Amon Filial. To my across, we have.
No, you get it.
I'm Rachel.
Oh wait, I'm Rachel.
I'm Jake. Hi.
He's Jake. This is actually confusion. This is not programmed. I am literally just confused.
she's left and
And
right. I'm Jeremy Powers.
And I'm Caleb.
Thanks for
Hello.
calling me out instead of just going with
welcome.
them, Caleb.
I'm
Well,
I didn't know.
I'm Caleb. Whoa, this is my show.
So tell us about the cars.
We got some techie cars.
Yes.
Your new car is probably spying on you. That's
Yes.
right.
Really
You-
gasp.
Modern vehicles are powerful data scrapping machines, warns a group of BC.
British Columbia.
Okay, I was like, okay. Private advocate, future, and Canada urgently needs to.
This BC, a bunch
Oh.
of cavemen are warning
Okay,
us that cars may someday. Like,
It's basically they issued a report that details what your vehicle might know about you and who can access that information.
The British Columbian Freedom of Information and Privacy Association, FIPA, published a 123-page report Wednesday detailing what your vehicle may know about you and who can access that information.
Yeah.
In the report, which is cumulative of the year's worth of research, the group calls for immediate action in creating standards for connected cars, vehicles equipped with the internet, providing features like navigation and parking assistance in car entertainment and a range of safety features.
It's basically, all those new cars that come with the GPS equipped that's like already in your radio panel and stuff like that. That's what they're talking about.
This is fancy
all
cars.
of that stuff. It's like, when you search for something on the internet, your history is tracked. It's kind of the same concept, but with your car.
Yeah,
It'll-
it's the same arguments they have with cell phones when they started getting more
Right.
data access and everything. Now it's just the cars are getting that same data access. So they want to see like, okay, what it's connecting to. It's tracking your patterns, where you're going, where you're coming from.
I mean, even Ford VP Jim Farley said, "We know everyone who breaks the law. We know you're doing it. We have a GPS in your car, so we know." And then he kind of backpedaled and said, "But by the way, we don't supply that data to anyone,
Yeah, right.
unless you have a warrant, I guess."
Right.
Feel
But
like
so
somebody's watching
some
me.
service providers with all those fancy apps and whatnot can sell your data, much like with the smart TVs and everything. But
Right.
the basically what's happening is the law is still catching up to technology.
Yes, because technology is just developing so fast at this point, and the law has not yet caught up.
Yeah, but
it soon will.
legally, if they ask for that information, if you have it, you are legally obligated to
Yes.
supply them that information.
Correct.
And help with
It's kind of
But
like
also-
when we talked about the smart TVs a while back.
Yes.
It's kind of like
For information like that, like I've worked in cell phone systems and things of that. You don't just have to hand it over. They have to have a court-ordered warrant
Yeah.
in order to gather that information. And even then, it's up to the discretion of the company if they want to protect their users' rights or not on that, depending on how it goes. It's not just a clear cut. We want that. Give it to us. It's the same argument.
They have
Go
to.
ahead.
They have to ask specifically what they want. Do you just want the tracking data, just the search data? Just
Right.
there's certain
And-
things you have to
Because
request.
they fought
also-
Google that a lot.
Yeah.
So
And also, you have to include them with some type of knowledge somewhere that they are being recorded. And if you just told them on a big TV conference, I'm pretty sure Ford has some lawsuits coming their way.
Well, no. Well, pretty much what's going on is, when you go through all those agreements, when you download apps, when you sign up for all those services on your
Actually,
car.
there was a thing about that there's some, I don't remember who it is, but some like big organization is trying to, like, not like Google big, but some organization is trying to make it so you have to specify it outside of that terms of policy, because honestly no one reads that.
Well, no, nobody does, and that's why it's in there. But now what some companies have done just to cover their rears about it, they'll put it at the top in bold with all the other titles.
Right.
So that way, at least there's a better chance of it being read. So I mean, this pops up in the news every now and then, all the time, and But it's just, it's that time of year again for stuff to pop up like this.
So,
Caleb, tell us a little bit about Periscope. I know Android is a little more your thing.
So Periscope for Android is here. Twitter's new streaming app contains many of the same features found in the iOS version.
Now, as a streaming app, is it like a video, just Twitter videos that it streams, or what is it?
It's, yes, it streams, like it's an app in itself, but Twitter kind of owns it.
Okay.
In a way, and then it'll stream live, so we could have like a narcissist stick in here, and I could put my phone, and then we could stream this show live, like that way.
Did you call it a narcissist?
You just call
Narcissistic?
you just call our fans. No.
Okay, just making sure.
No, the
I
narcissist
think it's about watching
stick.
himself.
Oh, he's talking about a selfie stick, guys.
The selfie stick.
Yeah.
Let me
Okay,
take a selfie.
but yeah, so that's the news on Periscope.
Yep, it's launched. There you go.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Oh, but the other cool feature is that there's a new return to broadcast feature. So if like your stream is interrupted by like a phone call or a text or some other pesky app notification, you can hit the return to broadcast thing and it'll pick up where you left off, which is nice.
Swears.
Nice.
But yeah.
Oh, I think that's pretty much it, unless Rachel wants to do her bonus thing.
Okay, I do have some bonus
Okay.
notes. I'm
Yeah.
getting my own place, so I'm
Woo!
very happy.
Oh, wow.
Party at Rachel's
Nice.
house. 5 different nachos. Let's go.
I will bring the Pico de Mayo.
So
bring some
I
chips.
see a game night in our future, guys.
Yeah.
Pokemon. Poke-Tekken. I'll get us a copy. Don't worry
Take
about
those,
it.
yeah.
good.
We'll have to wait
Don't
another,
worry.
like,
Don't worry about it, Caleb. I'll get us a copy.
5
I'm a
years.
champ at Pick Doge.
Don't worry about it,
Caleb.
Caleb.
Okay, so what is our outro song today, Caleb? What are we playing?
It is from the Mega Man Hunter X remix soundtrack that I've probably played the last 3 times, but this one is titled Hunter, and is the opening stage for Vile's thing, if you're familiar with that. So that's it. Until next week, stay fancy.
Bye.
Stay fancy.
Yay!
Yay. Follow on.
Yay.